Hey friends, welcome to another video from the garage. Today we're going to be removing the driver's side door panel on this 2013 Nissan Titan. It's actually really easy, and let's go ahead and do it right now. So for this job, you're actually only going to need two tools. You're going to need a little flathead screwdriver, and this is just to pry open some of these little panels here. And then you're also going to need a 10mm socket. You can also use a Phillips head screwdriver if you don't have a socket set. I've got an extension piece on there because this reaches into some of the little crevices a little bit better. That's about it. So there are a few pieces that are holding this panel to the actual frame of the car. And behind this little panel right here is going to be two bolts. Also down here behind the handle, you're going to have one underneath this cover and then another one in there. You're also going to have clips that go all the way around the outside of the door panel, as well as a little clip that holds in this light right down here. So we're going to have to get all of those loosened and pulled before we can actually reach and bring this whole panel up and out. So first things first, let's go ahead and get some of these panels out so that we can reveal these screws. So I've actually already pried open this first little panel. Basically, you can see there's this little notch right here. And what you're going to need to do with your flathead screwdriver is just get in there and really wedge in and push out. It should be flush like this. And once you get your screwdriver into that little notch, it actually pulls out pretty easy. You can just pop it right off. And once you pop that off, if you look inside, you can see that there is going to be a screw bolt up in the top there and then also one in the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to take my 10mm socket here. I'm going to reach in there and we're just going to make sure it's on the loosen end, and then it actually will pull out fairly easy. So I'm going to loosen the one down here as well, and we can go ahead and get those guys out. So this is what those two screw bolts actually look like that are in there. So I'm going to place those off to the side here. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is actually get the window button control panel off and out of here. It's attached by a couple of cables on the bottom. So again, what you can do with your screwdriver is just get up into here and do a little bit of prying. It really does come up fairly easy. As you can see, it's held in by these three power clips. And again, what we're going to do is actually just reach down on these. You may need to use your screwdriver on these little tabs. Push them in. There's one. We've got our other clip right here. Push in, and we're going to pull out. And our third one here, the tab is actually on the back side. So again, we can just kind of push in and pull up and out. There we go. Once you have your control panel out, you can go ahead and just set it off to the side. Okay, so next we're going to go after the two little screw bolts that are behind your handle here. And one of them we can access by taking off this little sleeve here. And you can see it reveals that one right there. So I'm going to get my socket out again, and we're going to put it right on there, and we'll get this guy off of here. Okay, once you have the screw out, we're actually going to lift the handle up here, and I'm just going to, again with my screwdriver, pull out this little plastic piece, and you can see it reveals the other one that's in right parallel to the last one we just took out. So let's get our socket set out again, and we're just going to remove that guy. Okay, so there's also one bolt that's right underneath the armrest here, and this is held in by three clips. Really, all you need to do is kind of get your fingers underneath here and just give it a good crank up. You can see it's held on by this clip, so you just have to give it a little bit of power, but it'll pop right off, revealing our other little screw bolt there. Okay, so again, using our 10mm socket, we're just going to loosen and remove that guy. Okay, at this point we're ready to actually pull the whole panel off of the door now. Now again, remember, these are held in by a bunch of little punch clips that go all the way around the outside of this panel. And again, you basically just need to get your fingers in part of this opening and do a little bit of prying. You can hear it start popping off as you go around. And again, just kind of gently make sure everything's up and out. And then once you get those clips popped off, we can kind of remove the door here. Okay, so once the door is away from the frame, we're going to need to remove the door lock mechanism cable right here, and that just pops in and out just like that. And then also the door handle mechanism, and that's just this little ball. You can see it just lifts right out just like this. Now, one last thing. we mentioned earlier, this is held on by that little light down at the bottom here. And there's a cable that runs out of the door into that powers the light. So what you can do is the light is actually held in by a couple of clips on the back. And if you just push down and over on those things, it'll loosen up that whole light panel there. And then you can actually just disconnect it by pushing down on this little tab there and sliding it out. And just put that lighting assembly to the side. And that will actually allow you to take the entire door panel right off. All right, friends, that is the process of removing these door panels. It's actually very similar on some of these other panels as well. There may be a few things that are a little bit different in regards to your control panel and things like that, but it's roughly the same. At this point, I'm actually going to be doing some work on the window regulator. That's why we wanted to take the door off today. But I really hope that does help. If it has, would you guys hit that thumbs up button for us? It lets us know we're making good videos for you that are helpful. And you might want to subscribe because we've got a bunch more Titan videos that are going to be coming up soon. Thanks so much for watching.